Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the first Korean Society of the Criminology in America, KOSCA Virtual Conference. My name is Shin-Cheol Baek. I'm the Assistant Professor at the Director of Cybercrime Cybersecurity Study at the University of Scranton in Pennsylvania. I'll be your moderator today. This year, we are virtually doing things a bit differently from the previous KOSCA annual meeting due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Today is Friday. Actually, it is very challenging to schedule an event on Friday. Everyone may be in the relaxing mode for the weekend, especially a local time in South Korea is already 11 p.m. Friday night. In this sense, we have word in Korean, 불금 or 불타는 금요일, mean fires Friday night for having party and having fun. Even if today is Friday, we have many enthusiastic panels and audiences across the globe, such as members of the KOSCA, Korean Institute of the Criminology, American Society of the Criminology, audiences from US, UK, Canada, Colombia, Argentina, Spain, and South Korea. So it's a very much pleasure of mine to see you all here today. Importantly, we are not here to talk. We are here to act. All of these panels, audiences will have one single principle to keep our people safe and stop criminals during this pandemic. With that in mind, I would like to turn it to KOSCA's president, Dr. Kyung-Seok Chu, for his welcoming remark. Okay, over to you, Dr. Chu.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pak. Such a nice introduction. Good morning, everyone. 안녕하세요. Hello. I see some familiar names of colleagues and friends in the chat box. As the president of the Korean Society of Criminology in America, its acronym KOSCA, I will use from now on. I welcome you all to the 2020 KOSCA's Joint Virtual Conference, partnering with Korean Institute of Criminology, KIC. KOSCA is a nonprofit academic organization that pursues research and professional activities in criminology and criminal justice system about Korea and the United States. KOSCA is relatively young yet fast-growing organization since its inauguration in November 2009, about a decade ago. I'm honored to serve as the current president of KOSCA and follow the legacy of the past presidents and their footsteps. For those who joined this conference or never heard this KOSCA before, I encourage you to visit the official KOSCA website, www.kosca.org, to find more about us and like you to join us through the membership site. Without doubt, 2020 has been a challenge for all of us. I wonder how our history will remember the year 2020. As of today, over 10 million COVID cases confirmed, and about 250,000 people died because of COVID-19 in the US alone. And the pandemic situation seems getting worse. But even during this chaos, many of us stay strong and found solidarity. In fact, despite it all, we are still thriving and excelling. For example, incredible medical achievements and technology in this challenging time. Many people, the pandemic accelerated scientific innovation and breakthroughs in just 10 months. Otherwise, it would take more than 10 years. KOSCA also responds to the pandemic challenges that divided our community by systematic bias and hate. We hear more hate incidents against Asian communities due to COVID-19 virus. We have partnered with the KIC to prepare for today's virtual conference. Pretty much we're talking about COVID-19, but at the same time, after COVID-19, post-pandemic, new normal, how do you prepare it, and justice reform. I'd like to acknowledge some individuals who have worked so hard for this conference successful. Without their time and efforts over the last several months, we wouldn't be here today. First, my million thanks to the current KOSCA Executive Board members, Vice President Dr. Hae-young Lim, Executive Director Dr. Shin-cheol Baek, and the Treasurer Dr. Han-nae Lee. It's very ironic. When I was Vice President, then President Dr. Moon-sung Kim at the SUNY Brockford took care of pretty much everything. Now I'm president. The vice president, Dr. Lim, she is taking care of pretty much everything. You know, it seems there's nothing much for me to do. So I guess I'm really lucky guy. Don't you think? Or maybe they may not trust me that much. So they want to take care of all important things. Well, I will leave it up to you, how you think about that. Executive Director Dr. Baek has involved from the beginning to the end for preparing this conference. Without him, I don't know what I would do. Treasurer Lee took care of every expense and revenues of the society, including this conference operational budget. I also like to thank you for chairpersons of KOSCA's academic divisions. Cybercrime Division Chair Dr. Kyung-sik Choi at Boston University will lead today's cybercrime session as well as technical assistance for today's conference. In addition, Korean Community and the Criminal Justice Division Chair Dr. Park at University of Akron and Policing and Public Safety Division Chair Dr. Baek at New Mexico State University have prepared and collaborated together for the first session of today's conference. Women and Gender Division Chair Dr. Vinna Kim at Indiana University of Pennsylvania has also assisted us for the conference to be successful. Special thanks to Gi-bum Park, a master's student who contributed his tech talents to set up the conference. Over the last decade, the American Society of Criminology, ASC, has supported our organization, KOSCA's major activities. You will listen to the president of ASC, Dr. Sally Simpson's congratulatory remarks in a minute. I personally thank you for her leadership and support. I also like to express my gratitude to Executive Director of ASC, Dr. Chris Askridge, who has helped us over the years. Last but not least, I'd like to thank you, great colleagues at KIC, Dr. Jung-suk Yoon and Dr. Yong-ho Jo, for their assistance for a number of important collaboration with us. We are especially grateful to presidents of the KIC, Dr. In-sup Han, for his generous support for last year and today, this year. Today's conference is a good example of our strong partnership. KOSCA will look forward to working together for future joint project with the KIC. Until we see in person in near future, I hope all of you and your family stay safe and healthy. Please enjoy today's conference. Thank you.
Oh, wow. That is my boss, Dr. Chu. That was amazing welcoming remark. Also, I was deeply touched with your comments on the border members of the KOSCA, including me. Thank you so much. Okay. Next up is a congratulatory remarks, given that we invite the president of the Korean Institute of the Criminology, Dr. In-Sub Pan, in Korean saying, 한국형사정책연구원 and the president of the American Society of the Criminology, Dr. Sally Simpson. Okay, first, I'm going to turn it to Dr. Han. Over to you, Dr. Han.
Hello, everyone. I'm very pleased that the Korean Institute of Criminology and the Korean Society of Criminology in America, KIC and KOSCA, hold a joint virtual conference on the theme of COVID-19, crime trend, and criminal justice system. Since signed the Memorandum of Understanding with KOSCA in 2013, KIC seeks to develop further exchanges and cooperation, such as organizing joint panel sessions at the American Society of Criminology. Since I became the president of KIC, I remember the first meeting in Atlanta 2 years ago. I enjoyed the meeting with KOSCA's prominent scholars and professors. Second meeting also I remember in San Francisco 1 year ago, and I expected the third meeting this autumn, but unfortunately we meet but by virtually, and but it can be very fruitful, I expect. And after the first meeting in Atlanta 2 years ago, I determined to publish English journal by KIC. This is evidence. The International Journal of Criminal Justice, first volume and second volume. And this IJCJ, we can get some best article from KOSCA scholars. And in the near future, I also expect to get your prominent papers. And KIC initiated research collaboration with KOSCA this year. And in addition, KIC and KOSCA jointly hold this virtual conference and KIC International Forum scheduled in December of this year. That's evidence that we are the best friend. Today, we are joined by experts from different disciplines to examine and respond to the changes in the criminal landscape induced by the global spread of COVID-19 pandemic. In particular, the conference, I believe, serves as a platform to discuss ideas of resolving, first, to resolve the conflict between the police and citizens in responding to the pandemic. And second is the growing threat of cybercrime, including Mbamba and room case. As a researcher myself, I set high expectations for today's conference, which will involve informative discussion. Although I feel sorry that we cannot meet in person due to the rapid spread of COVID-19 worldwide, it is fortunate that the emergence of virtual meeting platforms such as Zoom has given us a new opportunity to connect with experts previously difficult to reach beyond the space limitation. On behalf of KSE, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all experts from KOSCA, especially the President Kyung-Suk Chu, for your efforts to hold this conference. I hope, and we hope, today's conference will lay the foundation for future advances in cooperation. I wish all speakers, discussants, and participants the best of health and luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Han. That was outstanding and incredible remarks from South Korea. I really appreciate it. Next, I will turn it to ASC's president, Dr. Sally Simpson. Over to you, Dr. Simpson.
Good morning and welcome to the first jointly sponsored virtual conference of the Korean Society of Criminology in America and the Korean Institute of Criminology. In my capacity as the 2020 president of the American Society of Criminology, it gives me great honor to welcome you to the conference. As I am sure that most of you know, ASC has made the difficult decision to cancel its conference in Washington, D.C., which would have been held November 18th to the 21st. It is very exciting, therefore, to see this collaborative effort focused around the changing landscape of crime and justice in the era of COVID-19. The upcoming sessions on police-citizen encounters and threats in cyberspace are both timely and critical to advancing our knowledge and understanding of the ways in which citizens, offenders, and our justice institutions respond to newly emerging societal challenges. I know that researchers and practitioners will learn a great deal from these expert panelists and discussants, and that your conference will be a tremendous success. Though I am disappointed that I am unable to offer these remarks in person, I am hopeful that next year we will be able to greet each other face to face. With that in mind, I look forward to seeing all of you at the American Society of Criminology meetings in Chicago, November of 2021. Thank you.
Dr. Simpson, thank you so much for such a considerable remark. Yes, we are looking forward to meeting you in Chicago next year's ASC conference. Before closing this opening session, I would like to inform you that we will have a 10 minutes break, and then we will have 2 sessions between 9:30 to 11:40, followed by KOSCA's award ceremony closing session. For the first session, you need to go to the KOSCA's Division of Policing and Public Safety YouTube room, which you already have seen 3 YouTube channel rooms, right? So the second one, you need to get access in there and stay in tune there. I will see you there in 10 minutes. Thank you so much. See you around. Okay, everyone, welcome back to KOSCA Awards ceremony and closing session. As we already knew, the KOSCA is a non-profit academic organization that pursues scholarly works and professional activity in Korea-related criminology and criminal justice field. Also, KOSCA has numerous outstanding scholars in the criminology, criminal justice field, maybe including me, I hope so. In doing so, inspiring these scholars and next generation as a caveat to enhance the global security and safety. To that end, we must appreciate and celebrate that. So let's celebrate the outstanding day we have and our incredible members of the KOSCA. So KOSCA's nomination chairperson, Dr. Kyung-Sik Choi, will lead this award event. Now I will turn it to Dr. Choi. Over to you, Dr. Choi.
Thank you, Dr. Beck. I cannot express how honored I am to be here with you all day. To begin, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude towards the award committee members for serving on this committee. Professor Don Soo Chun at Auburn University and Professor Won Jae Ri at Angelo State University were invited to be award committee members this year. As you all may know, Dr. Chun and Dr. Lee are both full professors and have a distinguished record of research and leadership within the field of criminal justice and criminology. They provided very thorough and meaningful review. While it was extremely difficult for us to select only two final awardees this year, on behalf of the award committee, I'm very pleased to announce the two awards, the 2020 KOSCA Student Paper Award and the 2020 KOSCA Junior Faculty Award. The significance of these two awards is that one can only achieve them as a young scholar. This unfortunately excludes all the older and more experienced scholars in KOSCA. Sorry about that. The 2020 KOSCA Student Paper Award. The 2020 KOSCA Student Paper Award goes to I love Netflix sounds. Dr. Sung Il Han. Just recently, Dr. Sung Il Han attained his PhD and began working assistant professor at University of Louisiana Lafayette at the start of this semester. Congratulations on your doctoral studies completion, new employment, and this award. Triple congratulations to Dr. Han. His research paper titled, Does the Rational Choice Perspective Help Understand Differences in Offending Between Immigrant and Native-Born Juveniles? Goes into great detail on immigrant criminality from new angles. Unlike many studies that focus on family and peers as a causal factors, this longitudinal study views arrest risk and societal cost factor that have substantive kind of impact on criminal engagement. The committee was more than pleased to review such an influential paper and hope to see future developments on the study of immigrant criminality. Dr. Sung Il Han, please give us your acceptance speech for this award.
Thank you very much. It's very my honor to be granted the KOSCA Student Paper Award, and I'm not sure whether I'm really young for the and eligible for the award, but I wanna just express the deep appreciation to the advisor, Dr. Alex Piquero, who is also the co-author of the paper. And I hope every other KOSCA members, they are stay safe and healthy and do the great jobs in their jobs. And again, thank you very much. It's my great honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Up next, 2020 KOSCA Junior Faculty Research Award. It was not until this year that KOSCA created a Junior Faculty Research Award in an effort to support excellence and cultivate promising Korean criminologists whose career has only just begun. While it was extremely difficult for us to select only one final awardee, we are pleased to announce the winner of 2020 KOSCA Junior Faculty Research Award. The winner of 2020 KOSCA Junior Faculty Research Award goes to Dr. Jae-Young Choi at Angelo State University. Dr. Jae-Young Choi has published a total of 45 peer-reviewed journal articles within just 3 short years. Amazing. The committee members were not only impressed with the number of publications, but they were also very, very impressed with the quality of each article. Many of his articles have been published in prestigious journals. He's most definitely KOSCA brand raising star. We look forward to seeing more of his successes for the many years to come. We expect practical application of his work to emerge within the next decade. Dr. Jae-young Choi, please give us your acceptance speech for this award.
Thank you very much, Dr. Choi. I'm greatly honored to receive this award. I'm really honored because I believe KOSCA is a key institution to the success of future generations of Korean criminologists. I've been conducting research on criminal justice issues associated with marginalized populations in South Korea, including North Korean defectors and married immigrant women and multicultural family youth. I believe as Korean society is becoming more globalized and small, these issues are becoming more important. I consider this award as an encouragement to continue to do this line of research. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
This concludes the 2020 KOSCA Award ceremony. Thank you. Back to you, Dr. Back.
Thank you so much, Dr. Choi. Congratulations to all the winners and nominees today. Okay, next up is KOSCA's annual briefing. So, KOSCA's treasurer, Dr. Hannare Lee, will give us a briefing. Over to you, Dr. Lee.
Thank you. As a treasurer of the KOSCA, let me briefly go over the 2019 and 2020 fiscal year's accounting report. Starting in November 2019, we carried over money from the previous KOSCA executive board. In early 2020, we have received support funding from the Overseas Koreans Foundation, but due to the pandemic-related cancellation of the ASC, we returned the money. Thanks to the current members, even under the pandemic, our members contributed to the membership payments for the KOSCA along with donations. In addition, we have continued to receive advertising fees from the Southern Criminal Justice Association, Florida International University, and International Journal of Cybersecurity Intelligence and Cybercrime. Lastly, after the final examination of 2020 Criminal Justice System and Policy paper with the Korean Institute of Criminology, we are expected to receive indirect costs from the KIC. The detailed version of accounting report will be available to the members in the mid-December. Thank you.
Dr. Lee, thank you so much. Okay, here is today's last event, closing session. So it is a long day, right? KOSCA's Vice President, Dr. Hae-young Lim, will close today's virtual conference. Before I go, I just want to thank you all your participation and attending these conferences. Also, I'm looking forward, all of you, to seeing you in Orlando for the ACJS and Chicago for the ASC conference next year. Thank you. Now I will turn it to Dr. Lim. Over to you, Dr. Lim.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's time to celebrate our first KOSCA virtual conference. It's an honor for me to do this closing remark today. With your affection and passion, the first KOSCA virtual conference was well completed. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all who have been with us today. Special thanks to Doctors Yoon Jong-suk and Jo Yong-ho at the Korean Institute of Criminology for coordinating this conference with us. KOSCA can grow with the continuous interest and activity of its members. Today, we prove it, and I think it was a place where scholars, students, and practitioners in the US and Korea could discuss the current critical issue in criminal justice. Hopefully, it was a valuable time not only for me, but also for everyone who participated. On behalf of our members, KOSCA promised to do our best to continuously serve as a bridge in the field of criminal justice and criminology between the United States and South Korea, and to continue as a meeting place for scholars and a place for academic exchange. I hope to see you all at future conference in 2021. Thank you so much.